welcome to my channel, Deveghomemama. It's your girl, Denise. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, everyone. Well, thank you for joining me today on my channel. Today's video is all about things that I have learned while using Monarch online homeschool curriculum. If you're new to my channel, I am a homeschool mom. I'm a small business owner, and I also enjoy sewing. So, if you're interested in, being a part of my adventures and learn about it, please consider subscribing. And once again, I'm a homeschool mom. I have been homeschooling since my oldest, who's currently now 14 and a half, was 4 years old, everyone. So I have been at it for years. I have two sons whom I homeschool. One is in 9th grade and the other one is in 7th grade. So stay tuned for this video. I'm going to show you some things that I have learned this year. This is our first official year of using Monarch online curriculum through Alpha Omega Publications. First time, like I told you, so stick around so I can show you all what I have learned. And hopefully the things I have learned can kind of help you if you have any questions, or if you're a first time user or considering homeschooling, to do so. And also in the description area, I'm going to list my blog post. I'm going to list the link to my blog post. I'm also a blogger. I'm going to list my blog post so that you all can go on there and see some of my pros and cons of using Monarch curriculum for the first year. Normally I use Bob Jones and Rebecca, but this year I decided to go and use Monarch. Give it a try. All right, everyone. I know I probably went kind of fast through some things, but I wanted to kind of show you all the tricks, not the tricks, but the things I have came across that was kind of like, I need to make this fit my kiddos, like the grading, when it came down to the grading. If you choose to use the default, that's on, that's up to you. You do what you do. But I have found out that if I lower it down to like a 90 for A, 80 for B, a C lowered it down to a 70, and a D of 60, that is beneficial, that it actually gives my kids the correct grades. I highly recommend that. The immediate answer feedback, once again, taking a quiz or test is easy for them to just go on there, do the immediate feedback, and they're good to go. They say, oh, I missed that. Then if they submit the answer, they can see what grade they made. And if you as a parent receive the email, you can go back in, clear those answers that they missed, or if you want to clear the entire quiz or test and have them retake the entire thing. It's all up to you. That's why I'm enjoying this. I'm not going to go into all the pros and cons right now of Monarch. I want you all to check out the blog. The blog is in the description down below. Please check it out. I'll also provide a link to our eBay store, Tyson Knockout Shop. Make sure you check that out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. All kind of content is on here, from homeschooling to sewing to just enjoying the many adventures along with us, the Deveghomemama, big brother, and the kiddos, everyone. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye. Here is Monarch. Now, I'm covering up my email address. Normally, you will put here is your email address and your password. If you're new, you're going to create an account, of course. Okay, so this is the dashboard, as you can see. It is the dashboard. I'll give you a better view here. Okay, this is my dashboard. When you first log into Monarch, you will see your Monarch, you put your password in, username, you will see Monarch. It has home here. It has your planner, your calendar, and your grading test. Now, what I have learned is, I'm going to show you a few things I learned. Let me not jump ahead. Okay. Here, as you can see, is my son. This is my oldest. This is my 9th grader. This is my 7th grader. Work that's been assigned, work that has been rescheduled, grading tasks, and my settings. Now here, this is all for the teacher, aka in this case, I'm homeschooling, the parent or the homeschool educator, whatever title you may use. You can change your password. This is just for the teachers. You can change your info. You can change your theme. This theme right here did not come with that, but you can change it. Okay, so here, I'm going to take you to the calendar. You click on the calendar, and you get an opportunity to see what my kiddos are learning for this week. Well, when I'm filming this, it's October the 17th. Here's everything. If it is completed, what I love about Monarch is if anything is completed right here, they put it in blue. And anything that is past due is in red. Anything... I'm sorry, it's like shading in for blue. Anything that's assigned, you'll see that. So this is all their assigned work that has not been completed. because it's not Wednesday yet. However, sometimes my kids sometimes work ahead, as you can see here. With my oldest son, he worked a little ahead because the calendar kind of has it mixed up and it appears on their stream. All right, let me show you what I learned. Okay, when I first started using Monarch, I had one problem. One of my problems was when it came down to grading the test. I'm going to use my youngest here as an example. Okay, you see here where it says skip problems. All of this, I must go back in here. They can leave me a message and say, hey, help, help, and they leave me a reason of why. And any messages that come in that area, in this case, the ones I have created, but not that area, it comes along in the little calendar grading task. Now, the grading task, this here is what you need to, as a parent, look at. If the students have any questions, it'll be listed here. If they skip a problem or leave a problem blank, it's listed here under your student's name or under your son's name. As you can see here, I have to go back and do some of the little grading tasks to make sure everything is updated. A lot of it I have done, I just haven't completed yet on it. So that's my little part. So that's the parent part. Now, Monarch, 85% of the assignments are graded by the computer, and the other percentage is done by the parent. As you can see here with my oldest son, I have some stuff to go back in and go through, even here with my youngest. Okay, so let me show you how it works. Now, the assigned work, I love the fact of this because I get an opportunity to see what subjects my kiddos are learning here. So that's my youngest son, and this is my oldest son. Now, what I want to show you all, the little tricks and trade that I figured out was on how to the setup. Go to setup. Let me show you. Sorry about that. Go to setup, and then setup. This is my favorite little part of. I had to learn this. I don't know if anyone else has came across this, but I want to show it to you. Let me get started. Enough rambling. Okay, here you put your school. Okay, here's the assignment. It says school and it's settings. Now, if you do not want your kids to allow your kid to skip the problem, then you deselect this. But however, I like to allow my kids an opportunity to skip the problem if they would like to. Here, you can also let them access the answer key, meaning as soon as they get it wrong, they see the correct answer. I choose not to do that because I want my kids to go back and try again. You as the parent set the maximum number of attempts. In this case, the maximum is 3 attempts. They get 3 tries. True or false problem attempts, they get 2. Now, you do have the option, if you would like to, have unlimited problem attempts. And then if they need the Bible translator, here, you can use the King James Version or you can use the New American Standard Bible. Once you have selected your settings, or in this case, I have changed mine. It was normally only 1 attempt for true, false. You go over here and you click Save for assignment. And then it says setting is updated. Now, the school year. The school year, you go in here for the school year and you set what's your start date. See, what's your start date and what's your end date for your school year. And what I love about this curriculum, it calculates all of that for you. So if I was to go here and show you not my lesson plan, but show you my calendar. Over here for my calendar, you will see that I have a total of 158 days left of this school year. Woohoo, right? And if you look over here, I have everything. So we have completed this week. We started out the Labor Day. So I have completed all this week. This is the week we're currently on. This is the day, Tuesday. And then this is the week that we're working on. If you see the difference on that. And then you can just scan through. If you choose not to have it, I want to show y'all this cool, neat thing too. If you choose that, say, next Friday, which we have, the 28th is next Friday. And I decide next Friday, oh, no school. No school next Friday. Well, what I will do is I'll click on this. And this will pop up. It says click non-school day to make this range of days non-school day. I will type in what the event name is. And I put what date it is. And I click non-school day. And it automatically update it for me. That's what happens here. Like next Friday is a teacher work day. That's how I put it. Teacher work day for me to kind of catch up on anything that I may need to grade or whatever. If the kids need any assistance, that's what I do. Now, let me go back to why you are here. My tricks and my tips. I am still learning this software, so everybody, bear with me, please. All right, I'll go back to setup. It's all located under the tab of setup. You click on it. I showed you the assignment of how they complete their stuff. I showed you the school year. And you set it up, create school year here. You put your first day of school. If you click on it here, you can actually select it like that. Last day, you choose it and click done for both of those. And then you can name your school year. In this case, I just used our name. Okay. Quizzes and tests. Now, this area I want to be sure that I tell everyone about. Your quiz test for the school. When I first started this, I was lost. Let me tell you why. Because here, immediate answer feedback. Notice immediate answer feedback. A lot of students review scores on problems doing quizzes and tests, but they only get one attempt to answer. Okay. This is really cool. The only thing that I have to say about this, sometimes they only get one attempt on true or false. Sometimes they only get one attempt on multiple choice. But this here, this immediate answer feedback right here, immediate answer feedback allows them an opportunity to go, come on computer, it allows them an opportunity to go in here and take the quiz or a test. And as soon as they click submit answer, it allows the students an opportunity to know whether they have answered the question correctly or incorrectly. If it's answered incorrectly, let me show you what it will look like. I am going to go over here back to my calendar. I'm going to jump around, so hopefully you follow me. Let's say I take a test, one of my son's tests. For example, this is what it does. I love it if you allow that. See how right here, number 15 is in red? That means out of 20 questions, he only missed one of those. And so how do I know that? Well, if you look over here, it says 0 out of 1. It was worth 1 grade, and he missed that one. And it shows the answer that he chose. So what I could have done, I could have went back over here, cleared the answer, and allowed him to redo that question. Or I could have skipped it. I could do a teacher skip if I feel like I don't want him to answer that particular question. Then for those who prefer to use the lesson and have the questions printed out for them, that's the print problems blank right there. So those are some of the things I have learned so far regarding the tests and the quizzes that I think is extremely important. Once again, go back to setup. Go over here to quiz/test. And another thing, allow them to skip problem. Now, everything here is self-explanatory. If you read it here, it kind of tells you what it does. But one thing I want to make sure that I mention that I have learned is very beneficial to my homeschool room is immediate answer feedback. Make sure if you want your kids to be able to know if they have answered the question correct, right or wrong, make sure you have immediate answer feedback selected. Now, if your kids may have some difficulties with the question, make sure you also have allow skip problem. The allow skip problem allows your students to skip a problem with a reason or request for help. They can even just type in there, help, and I'll receive it. Now, how cool is that? All right, so you will select what you want and click save. All right, now let's look at the grade. Now, the grade is another tip that I have learned. Let me tell you about it. When I first started, my kiddos first started taking their quizzes and their tests and completing their assignments, I was struggling. Let me tell you why. Because I had this thing at the default. Let me show you what the default is. Okay. I'm going to put it back to the default so y'all can see. Look at the default. Okay. So for the default, as you notice here, default, I'm going to bring it a little closer for you. You notice it says 94 for A, 86 for B, 77 for C, and 70 for D. Now, what I learned is if you take that bad boy all the way down to 90, that going to get you your A. For your B, put in 80. Oop, not 802, 80. And for C, put in 70. And for D, let's just say, shoot, 60. You know, that's F, but however, that's how we're going to do it. Then you, as a parent, instructor, whatever title you may go by, you can change what percentage your lessons count, what percentage your projects count, what percentage your quizzes count, and what percentage your tests count. Then you have the option to show letter grade or show percentage grade. I chose to show both, and I'm going to update it back to what I had it because it's easier to grade. They actually get their A if they get it, you know, and all that type of stuff. Now, notifications is my last thing that I want to show you all. This is my favorite section too. Past due. Any notification for your school has past due. Notify me when my students have 5 or more past due assignments. That's important for me. I want to know, so I have that turned on. Below threshold. Now, this is my favorite. You get to select as a parent what's the lowest grade your child can make before you receive an email for them to retake it or not. And with that said and done, the lowest grade I let my kids make is a C. So they receive anything C or lower, I receive an email through my personal email account that's connected to the school. And it tells me, hey, this particular student has scored below the threshold in this subject, and here's the grade. Then I have an option to go back. So that I keep that on. My last one, problem note or message center email. Send me an email notification when a student enters a problem note or sends me a message. This is important. I highly recommend if you keep these on. This is my personal opinion. It has been beneficial to me, and I know it may be beneficial to others. Now, I have showed you all what I have learned for that. Now, the student setup. This is my favorite. You can always go in here with the student setup, and you can always change the assignment settings. See? So you come across that, you'll see the number of assignments settings, what I had that particular student setting to. You see that? So it's all good with that. Then if I go back to my other student, I'm trying not to show you all my stuff. I have the assignment setting here. And you have the attempt, the quizzes, the grades, notifications. See how it all set up? And that's pretty much everyone. Let me go back to my school lesson plan. Get back to lesson plan. Some stuff I don't want to show you all on my computer, so disregard if you see me kind of black out a few things. All right, here's this week, everyone. Back to the point of the video. I don't want to make it too long, but I just want to kind of show you all what I have learned. I love it. The only downside I would say is some of the information is challenging, so make sure that you pay attention. If your child has, for example, let me get this one. On October the 7th, my oldest son had a lesson about properties of compound back on October the 6th. Sorry, not the 7th, October the 6th. And he did not have the test until, guess when, guys? He had a quiz over the properties of compounds. Where we at? I know I saw it. Right here. He didn't have that quiz over properties of compound until 2 weeks later, which is today. Isn't that amazing? Well, a little bit over 2 weeks because he took it that Thursday. So isn't it amazing on how in I'm going to say week 1 here. It was not necessarily week 1, but on the 6th of October, he had the lesson, but he did not take the quiz until October the 18th. How, so I'm trying to go in and change it up so that when I'm inside of there, I'm able to make sure they have the lesson, have the quiz, and then they take the test. That's my goal. And then for South Carolina here, we have to have a total of 180 days of school. This right here is very helpful too to me because it counts down our days. So it counts down our days on that, and I love it. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. Reports. If you want to see what your child is working on, how well your student is doing, you click on their name. They already got the school you selected. I do my daily work report and I run it. I click run. A new window opens. And then you can kind of see what's going on there. What subject they took, what grade they have, and everything. So that is what I want to show you all regarding Monarch. I like it.